Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you may be joining us from. My name is Sean Stam. You are watching Stam Studio Network. Today, we have a new series for you, the Toyota GR86 Challenge. Warren Johnson, I appreciate you bringing me on board this season to be able to cover this tremendous season that we're about to have on our hands. Long season is looks like qualifying just now finishing up. Looks like Aaron's gonna slap it on the pole. Aaron Chung, Jason Jin, Benjamin Forehand. We will get to that in just a second. As going to look at the race info for you today. A cool 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 20% humidity, just a little bit cloudy and 2 miles per hour. You see there kind of middle of your screen, next race, Red Bull Ring. Make sure you join us next Monday night. And man, that one's going to be fun. But man, we got to open the season first off. Daytona road course. This is a 3.8 mile, 6 kilometer road course. Going to have to start getting the hype ready as we have seen quite a few teammates kind of already start to work together in practice, even in this open qualifying session. We bring up those standings for you just one more time here. Slater, Colby. I think I saw a few Colbys we have in here. Matter of fact, 3 of them. Going to be fun to watch these guys. I'll put it on the line is qualifying just now finishing up. Matter of fact, we can hop on a car or two as they're just should be coming to the checkered flag of qualifying now. Looking at the 404 here, currently in 18th place, and I kind of applaud Warren putting this in a group qualifying session. These drivers going to have to hit the high banks, get the draft working, but a 309 Lego, Kyle Oregon. Oh boy, you're gonna have to bear with me here as I learn some new names. I call it Kyle O right now, the 309 out of California at Lego GR86. Gonna see some nice paint schemes out of our drivers today. Super tight lap times between even, oh man, Jason and Aaron. Look at that, 0.057 seconds separating. Here we go. Now we get a better look at these practice results here. Tiago, man, he was the pace of the field I saw in practice. Stone Colby, Jason Jin, Nico Colby, Maxim Guzman, Slater Colby, Jake, Amethyst, Daniel, and then Warren there in 10th place. No, we've already kind of mentioned it, but Aaron Jung, Jason Jin, starting on that front row, Benjamin Forehand, Slater Colby, Joe Rainey, Thiago Lima. Oh, after being fastest car in practice, going to qualify 6th. Our one driver tonight out of Brazil. Appreciate you joining us there, Thiago. Nico Colby and Stone Colby, as you see these drivers getting to the grid now. Is what we've been waiting for this whole off season. We've kind of had a little bit of fun races, some races that I was able to show up in myself, but man, these guys have the pace, have the class here today, as well as lots of sportsmanship. I think we're going to see that play a role. Benjamin Forehand, Slater Colby starting that second row. Be sure to watch here in turn 1. Going to have cooler temperatures, cooler pressures on these Toyota GR86s. Hopefully everybody able to make it through clean. And it wouldn't be a Stam Studio Network show without some RoboCams. So, and don't be frightened. You see some front back bumper cams moving. Is yes, we do have the old RoboCams up here in the Stam Studio Network booth. And hey, once again, I appreciate everybody joining along here today, both driving as well as in the YouTube chat. Be sure to, hey, get your race picks in. I'll shout you out. Drivers rolling off now. We are on board with Stone Colby. Got Nico Colby right beside him. Also, would not be a SSN show without, get a load of this, driver cams. We got too many here. Gonna have to rework that real quick. But we got the 3 Colby brothers as well as, looks like Daniel Higgins jumped in here. Able to get him on board last minute as green flag is about to come out. Here's what we've been waiting for. Again, thank you everybody for joining in. Make sure you hit that like button if you like what you're starting to see. hit that subscribe button as it shows me, hey, I'm liking what I'm seeing as well. Hey, you got a logo to advertise or a company, see their bottom of your screen, advertise here. Be sure to get with me, and I will make that possible as we have Aaron Chung, Jason Jin, Benjamin Forand, Slater Colby about to lead us to the green flag. Porsche pace car going to dive to safety here, guys. Lights are out, green flag is dropped, and away we go. Already going to look 3 wide into turn 1. Looking at Tiago back here, had the pace in practice. We are running 2 by 2 still. Grid formation as we are working through turn 1. Making our way through the first horseshoe. Again, so far so clean. About what I expected out of these GR86 drivers is the times that I have raced with these guys, so clean, such respect for one another. Short race here today. Only 35 minutes. You see it in the top left of your screen. Every lap is going to count, especially these drivers get their brakes, tires, even their kind of mental state up to working order here. Tiago already gained 2 spots since the drop of the green flag. Saw this in practice and even this open qualifying session. Nico Colby, Stone Colby, not sure where the other Colby's running at the moment, but hey, these 2 Colby's nose to tail. Teamwork will make the dream work here at the high banks of Daytona. Is going to head into the chicane for the first time today. Hopefully everybody able to make it clean. Looks like Tiago going to look down the inside already. Hey, he's got places to be. Takes an off track. Only 20 incident limit for our racers today. And hey, Aaron going to lose the lead already. Tiago gaining 3 spots. Be up on board with Jake Stiekler here. Just this is what the draft will do to you on these NASCAR 1, 2, and coming out of 4 here. And if you have that team to work with, that's going to drop your lap times. We already are seeing a 2:17, a little bit longer, but that's just because everybody getting up to pace. Whoa, look out! Dive bomb city here into turn 1. A little bit of contact between Slater and Jason. Believe that was. Aaron taking the bad end of that, losing even more spots. Oh no, here we go again. Red car, Jason going to make contact with Tiago. 2 wide for the lead. Tiago now dropping back to P4 after just leading that first lap here at Daytona Beach. This is the world center of racing. Super late apex for these Toyota GR86s through the International Horseshoe. You have to keep your wits about you here early as these tires are pretty soft compound in these Toyota GR86s. We got Warren Johnson up a spot since the start of the race. Daniel Higgins also up 3 spots, and whoa, Caleb Greco. He's got the pacer early, up 9 spots. I don't even think he qualified. A car right on his back bumper. Looks like Daniel, another Daniel we got here. Heading into the chicane, Daniel thinks better of it, and maybe thinks about sticking the nose. As now car going to get to hit Daniel's outside Nico Colby. Oh, and we've got contact here. 2 cars in the wall. Aaron Chung had a great start to the race, but unfortunately now is crashed out. Going to take another look. Replay brought to you by the one, the only Stam Studio Network. It's happened right in front of the car we were looking at here, and just was that self-induced? It did look like it. The white car of, is that Joe Rainey that goes around? And then just the incident piles up from there. You have to take another look at that one to really break things down for us. All right, here we go again. Does the white car get contact running P3? Possibly Joe Rainey? I don't think so. I think that the blue GR86, the blue and gray one, was just too far behind. Just a little bit deep into the corner there, and 3 cars getting piled. Ooh, bouncing off the wall, hopefully not on another. That was close. So we jump back, live coverage here. We got the Nyan Cat Toyota GR86. Oh, that's going to be a tongue twister all night. Kind of blinking out a little bit. Joe Rainey, no, was not the white car. Joe's back here running 16th after that incident. Had an incident of his own. And then Robert Butler getting word. This is into turn 1. Who self-induced, maybe gets on those marbles that are already accumulating on lap 3 of the race. Goes wide. No harm, no foul, except for just going to lose quite a few seconds there. Slater Colby taking over the lead, gained 3 spots since the start. Jason Jim right there, P2. Thiago Lima, P3. And man, this is my first broadcasted race with some of these drivers. I've actually raced side by side with a few of these guys, and oh man, we are on board with them there. Maxim Guzman going to send it around. No contact with the barriers just yet. See if he's able to get this car righted back around, not bring it onto the racing line. He will do that indeed. Oh, is he? No, didn't need to tow it. Maxim, oh man, had a good run going there, buddy. Take another look, brought to you by the one, the only Stam Studio Network. Problem corner here, just lost it on entry to the chicane. Oh, did have a little bit of contact there with the inside barrier. Then as we're looking at this replay, man, they just keep coming. Kyle Greco going to, oh, not Kyle Greco, Kyle O here. The Lego Mobile. And go just a little wide, bring her back on track. Oh, take out. Jake Steckler? So I learned these guys, these drivers' first and last names. Unfortunately, nowhere for Jake to go there. We can take another look at the replay. This is on board with Jake now. Is how fast things happen. Joe Rainey in P9 at the moment, and then, hey, how about Amethyst Reese here today? Looks like running P6, gained 6 spots since the start, having a very nice, clean start to the race. There's that Nyan Cat Toyota GR86. Then going to tuck right back into the draft of Daniel Higgins right in front of them. So we're going to go inside the engine bay. A little bit of blinking going on there with Amethyst. And how about Warren? Right there for this battle. Warren running P7, 4 spots gained at 424. Nice, nice paint job on there too, it looks like. See the front suspension really get compressed as we head into the chicane here. And more blinking going on there with Amethyst right there in front of Warren. Got to be a little bit distracting as he's going to get the run off the exit. Taking a look at our onboard cams again here. We got Stone Colby, Daniel Higgins, and then the 2 other Colby brothers. Give me 1 second here, because I don't want to get these names. Slater, Nico. Look at the concentration, the focus in these drivers' eyes. Just takes the tiniest bit of slip up and you will lose half a second to a second a lap. Is old, maybe a little lockup or something for Stone Colby as a huge incident's going to occur. Is that Amethyst Reese that maybe got into the back? We're going to have to back that one up for a mile or 2. Hang on to your pants. This one's going to get a little crazy. Gonna cut to the aerial cam here. Oh, Amethyst just a little deep there into the first horseshoe, or second, I guess that would be, and then, yeah, nowhere for one of the Colby brothers to go, as this is Stone Colby here. That's just contact. Gets the car righted, but that's going to be quite a bit of damage, and, hey, I mentioned it earlier, 20 incident limit. This will that's going to happen pretty quick if you're spinning out or even catching an off track or two every lap. 10 minutes down out of this 35-minute race. Slater Colby, Tiago now up to P2, fastest car in practice, putting the pressure on the back bumper of Slater. Alrighty, our closest battle on track at the moment between Caleb Greco and Aaron Chung. I guess that's, Warren Johnson and Caleb Greco here. Really close battle in front of them between Amethyst and Nico Colby as well. And guys, I don't think that was anything intentional that Amethyst did there. I think just a little too deep into the braking zone and unfortunately made contact with the car in front of them. So now we're going to look too wide. Nico, Warren, and Caleb here. Into turn one. Whoa, hang on to her, Caleb. Sends her a little too deep. Warren Johnson going to take the spot. Seems like anything up within turn 1, 2, 3 is been our problem section today. Well, even this, I guess the whole track. Oh, the chicane. Oh, hard contact. Stone Colby, is that the 18 who gets, no, not the 18, Joe Rainey. More incident points for him. Not sure where he's at, but just said it last lap. Going to be careful so you don't accumulate too many. Going to get a drive-through penalty. Hate to see that for Joe, as he showed a little bit of pace there in practice as well. And here we go again into the 180-degree turn. Happens here. Just loses it. Tries to save it, overcorrects, and then nowhere again. I believe that's Stone Colby. Oh boy. We're not even halfway to go into this race, and we have had so many incidents, even though most of them, if not, have been self-induced. Slater Colby still trying to hold off Tiago, right there behind. And Jason Jin's just going to watch these guys get side by side on the banking. NASCAR 3 and 4, that's going to present a huge slipstream opportunity for Jason here. Watch him reel these guys in like nothing, like he's got an extra cylinder or two in this Toyota GR86. Side by side for the lead. Who gets the better of it? Slater Colby ran a little bit wide, but able to get back on that racing line, trying to play some defense. Excuse me, that was Tiago. So yeah, bear with me here as I'm learning everybody's paint schemes. I could have sworn that was Slater, but evidently not. Jason Jin saw that move happen, and we saw it out of the cockpit of Jason Jin's car. And these guys start to battle too much. You're going to have Nico Colby, Warren Johnson start to enter the picture, but a little bit of battling going on of their own at the moment. All right, we're almost halfway. I think you guys have dealt with me enough. I think it is time for the one, the only. Crank it up. I will be back in a minute or two. Alrighty, crank it back down. You saw that battle continue between Slater and Jason there into turn one. Slater just able to hang on to his Toyota GR86, pushing the limits of grip to near extremity here as we are just almost approaching halfway. Battle for the lead continuing to heat up, but we got battles all throughout the track. This Aaron Chung, Warren Johnson, Caleb Greco still going at it. Throw a blanket over these cars. One of the most important, if not the most important, exits on this track. Really got to set up the corner. Long straightaway heading into that bus stop chicane. I like what I'm seeing here out of Aaron. Hey, there's no point trying to make the pass right here. Try and push that car in front of you. Maybe gain a little bit of time there on Warren Johnson. Looks like they will, and then maybe look for the move into the bus stop. Too far back, but take a look at the suspension work going on these cars here today into the bus stop chicane. Is get a better look. Oh man, commentators curse right there for the number 18 right when we cut to him. Unfortunately, going to tow it to the pits. Well, I just mentioned side-by-side's going to lose you some time here. Drivers trying to get it sorted out. Warren Johnson looking for the block up top. We are going some stock car racing here. Heading across the start-finish line, back into turn one. Going to have to downshift 2, maybe 3 times to get this car slowed down all the way hard, heavy into the brakes. Caleb looking to the inside, not going to get it out of Aaron Chung just yet. Slater, almost a move on Jason. Matter of fact, made that move stick on Jason. And then here we go. Tiago, not sure what happened there. Gave him the inside of the kink. Really not sure unless he's just playing the long game here. What a move. Slater out to the lead here at Daytona Beach. Taking a look at the replay, this is the pass for the lead into the kink. Just a little bit of a point by there. Really giving the space between Tiago Slater. But, yeah, they're going to bring Slater out to the lead. Jason, Jim, I like how they pretty much wasted no time doing that, though. But got to have at least, I think it's 8/10 to get within that slipstream range. So Jason, Jim, just unfortunately outside of the range. And man, Slater, nice move. Fortunately, Tiago's still right there. And, hey, we got some lap traffic coming up ahead. These guys hopefully able to catch them on the long straightaways. If not, keep an eye for Daniel to maybe be a changing factor in the way that this race is going to play out. Tiago's really been showing his ground, but Slater going to take the lead. I think I really do think Tiago's just playing the long game here. Knows he's going to have the slipstream on these long straightaways. Daytona International. I guess you could call this the Daytona International Road Course, but a little bit more of a defensive line here for Slater. Going to compromise the exit just a bit. And, ooh, we got a car coming out of the pits. Will this play a role in the closing minutes of this race? Slater, Colby, who is that coming out of the pits? That is the number 18. Oh, spinning in front of the leaders. It's something you never want to have happen. Looks like everybody able to make it through. At least our front runners have to take another look. That was Daniel. Daniel Parmalee looks like going off track. Another self-induced spin for one of our drivers. Here we go. It's that number 18, just giving our drivers a point by there. That's that racecraft that I mentioned earlier. Whoa, blocking for the lead. Not sure why. Looks like this battling is just too good. Daniel, we'll take a look at his incident. Oh, this is separate. This heading into the first horseshoe we got here at Daytona. Oh no, this is the same one, right in front of the leaders. Thankfully, kind of, not sure locked it down, but stayed on the gas and really got the car to really stop in its tracks and thankfully take out nobody within that spin. Really hate to focus on one battle for a lot of this race, but it's hard to look away from a battle for the lead. Tiago back out front. Slater, Jason's got to be my one to watch here. I know hasn't had the pace from our front runners, but now you see him definitely has the slipstream. Wonder if he's going to play the longer game, wait for these two drivers to maybe burn just a little bit more tires up. But hey, looks like Jason going to look down the inside of Slater, at least here into turn one. No, thinks better of it, lifts early. And here's this battle. The second group going to look 3 wide into turn one. Who lifts? Caleb Greco back here, and oh, I hear some tire spins. We'll see what happens here within the graphics software. Could have been within turn one. Warren Johnson again having a great run so far, up 4 spots. Nico Colby, no. Oh no, 2 different incidents. Gonna look at the first one. Nico having the run of his life so far with our new season. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, is that Amethyst? I forget again who's in that Nyan Cat Toyota GR86 Supra, but little deep into the braking zone there. And okay, Nico does lock the brakes up, waits for everybody to pass, and then yeah, there's that second incident with, is that Daniel again, or don't think this was Daniel. We'll take a look. That shiny purple Toyota looks like it was. This is right after the incident happened that we just watched 2 tires on the gravel, just enough to send the car around. Slater Colby back out front. This game of back and forth between these drivers. Tiago, I think, still just playing his cards just right. And then Jason Jim, unfortunately, back a second after last time we were looking at the battle. He was within only a few car lengths. You have to bear with me. Normally have at least another commentator working with me. Just me tonight, so newer ball game for us all. But I appreciate you guys joining up with me, as well as everybody in the race here today. Stone Colby, Nico Colby working his way up after that incident. Going to get right back on the back bumper, and now would be a great time to cut to the driver cams here. Nico Colby, believe that bottom left of your screen. Look at him fight the wheel. So many counter steering. So much counter steering. That's what you gotta say. Dang, I'm still half asleep out here, you know, SSN booth. But look at the concentration of Nico, and then Slater there. Talk about concentration. Holy smokes. Still keeping that gap in front of Tiago, but these guys have traded that lead position once or twice, maybe even thrice already. Go through the field here now that we have just a tiny gap, just probably the biggest gap we've seen between these drivers for the lead within a while. Amethyst Reese, unfortunately, little bit of contact for this Toyota once or twice early on, maybe getting a little close to this incident limit of just 20x, but as we approach 9 minutes to go, great start for them so far, up 6 spots. How about Warren Johnson? Excuse me, Amethyst up 8 spots, Warren Johnson up 6 in that 424. Caleb Greco, that number 2. Our biggest mover of the race. You love to see that. 15 spots gained. Man, again, not sure if Caleb just didn't qualify there or what happened, but got this pace here. Looks like gonna gain 16. Working on Warren Johnson now. Very impressive run so far, especially for Aaron Chung. Not the start that they were looking for, though, after losing those 6 spots, now running 7th. But going to gain quite a few playoff points, able to keep this up, or championship points, excuse me. Stone Colby, Nico Colby saw this in practice throughout the whole session, as well as even that open qualifying session. Working together, teamwork, making the dream work here, work at Daytona. Daniel Higgins running P10. Number 24, excuse me. Benjamin Forehand, haven't really talked about him too much today. After losing those 8 spots off the start of the race, that Castrol paint scheme. Number 19, looking good in the 11th spot. The 484, Gonna have to produce like a name pronunciation channel over in the Toyota GR86 Discord channel, because man, I am going to butcher quite a few of these names. Only at race 1 out of such a long season. Joe Rainey, you can see just in the back side of your screen going around, but Christopher Gartland sitting there P13th. Jake Steckler sitting P14. Robert Butler 15. Joe Rainey. Man, that Toyota is a tank, taking some damage today. And the number 15, number 18. Kyle O, still out here on track, gained a spot since the start. And Daniel Parmalee, 2. Running that number 64 in, unfortunately, 20th spots. And then Maxim Guzman out of the race after huge shunt into the bus stop chicane. Side by side once again. We have not seen that for the first time. Oh, a little bit of blinking. Looks like from the Tiago car. Maybe that was just my OBS software here, but I thought I saw some headlight flashes. And once again, Kyle O going to go around. You see on the back side of your screen, we're going to stick with this battle for the lead as we just now approach 5 minutes to go. Lap times about a 2:08, so looking at 3 laps to go most likely. If my math is correct. You have to forgive me, man. Math was not my major. Thinking on the fly here. Always fun at Stam Studio Network. Again, appreciate everybody for joining us, not only in the race, but they're watching on YouTube and in that YouTube live chat. We see you sharing on your friends, family member, etc. You got just 5 minutes to do it. If you can, go grab yourself a drink, grab a snack. You're not going to want to miss the end of this race, as we still have battles all over. Warren Johnson, Aaron Chung, Stone Colby. Might ask yourself why, because Stone Colby says so. That was a joke, could not form, kind of gone bad, but hey, if you get it, great. I don't even know. Caleb Greco, Benjamin Forehand. The 484 Sarbu, that's as close as you're going to get from me here tonight. Up 6 spots, but man, I don't think we're going to leave this battle for the lead from now on out. 4 minutes to go here at the high banks of Daytona International Speedway. Be honest, I really don't think you want to be leading coming to the last lap of this race here, as Tiago may be playing just a bit of mind games with our leader Slater Colby. I think Tiago might be in the same boat I am here. Oh, maybe not, as he had the opportunity. He does send it down the inside. Think that's going to be something in mind, as we are still side by side. Matter of fact, Slater unfortunately going to get the worst end of that deal. This race is not over yet. These drivers cannot battle too hard either, because you got Jason Jim right there. I mentioned it. He's my one to watch. Slater, man, I know you've led so many laps here today. Don't be thinking anything of this, man. You got the pace. You have the slipstream coming here with just 2 to 3 laps to go. Mentioned it just a little bit ago. That second spot, even P3 with slipstream, I think that's where you are going to want to be as we approach just 1, 2 laps to go. Whoa, super wide exit there for Tiago. While we get some gappages occurring, we have had a huge incident heading on towards NASCAR 1. Looks like Amethyst Reese will take another take another look here. That Nyan Cat, baby blue, self-induced. Unfortunately, going to collect one. Does she collect? No, not quite. Just one car with heavy damage. There is that. The red and black Toyota GR86. Benjamin Forehand trying to work with Daniel here, get away from that 484. Speaking of trying to get away, Tiago trying everything he can to get away from Slater here, but not going to make it work. Coming to minute 33 out of this 35-minute race. Oh boy. Who do you got? Slater's going to take it on the outside where there's less grip, maybe just a little bit of gravel accumulation. Going to make it grip though is now Tiago's going to run wide. Purple lap times being set by those two Colby brothers a little bit further in the pack is now again side by side for the lead. If you want to get a part of this, man, make sure you get with Warren Johnson. This has been great racing all throughout the pack. Slater Colby right on the back bumper of our leader, and then P3 right on the back bumper of P2. This is what we have come to see here today. Side-by-side action, but respectable racing. You see just how much room left between these two drivers, even though some of these drivers caught up in some incidents of themselves earlier. Still side-by-side heading up into NASCAR 1 now. Back again on the high banks. Battle for the lead. You're looking at it now. Jason Jim right there. Another lapped car that these leaders are approaching. Is that going to change the outcome of this race? You have to stick around, find out. Purple lap times being set by Nico Colby. And back there, P7 purple, meaning fastest lap of the race. Does really make sense as fuel loads continuing to burn off. These drivers are getting so accustomed to the track at this point. A little bit of rubber also laid down in the corners. We are getting the white flag this time. This will make this race official. Gonna get side by side into turn 1. Don't forget about that lapped car right ahead. Slater Colby taking over the lead once again from Tiago. Does he run a little bit wide, able to get his Toyota GR86 back on the racing line? Now we're going to see some defense out of Slater. Tiago going to run that inside line in the horseshoe. Matter of fact, thinks better of it. Wants to be there for the long straightaways here on Daytona International Speedway. Jason Jim, Warren Johnson just now entering, well, exiting the kink, entering our first hairpin on the track. Oh, Tiago's going to be right there. I think just going to have to set up this corner here. And then getting on to NASCAR 1, the most important turn of the track. You see the lapped Lego car right in front of our leaders. Oh boy. It's another, got 2 lap cars coming up eventually here, but might just have to deal with just one. Trying to see who that purple car is there. There you go. Looks like Daniel. So this is the battle for the lead right here. The darker car and then the blue and gray right behind. Got 2 lap cars here. What's going to happen into the bus stop chicane? Final time through. This is not where you wanted to catch this lap car, Slater, Colby. You see the pace differential between the two. Tiago just trying to set up the exit and get the massive run on slipstream. Tiago 0.5 seconds back. Going to keep an eye on that delta. Oh boy. The lap car that could have ruined it for Slater might actually end up saving him with the slipstream here. Tiago now 0.52. The gap is continuing to increase. Slater, Colby going to tuck back in line one more time. Tiago, not enough time to do it. Congratulations on our inaugural race 1. Slater, Colby, our winner. Tiago coming home P2. Jason, Jim, excellent fight up there between the 2 drivers, and Jason just keeping it clean the whole race. Congrats on that P3, as we're going to get damn near 4 wide coming across the line. Who gets it? That's going to be Aaron Chung. Going to get P4, turned after the start-finish line. Ooh, boy, maybe a little bit of disagreement. Going to take another look at that. Nico Colby coming on P5, right in front of Warren Johnson. If that was saying something, that's not who you want to say something in front of, but so much respect between these drivers here today. Amethyst Reese coming home P8. Benjamin Forehand coming home P9. How about Daniel Higgins there, P10? Sarba, getting as close as you're going to get from me until we get those name pronunciations right. That 484, 11th. Robert Mueller coming across the line now, P12. Joe Rainey, P13. Jake Stiekler / Steckler, P14. That number 42. Christopher Gartland. And then that number 15 coming home 16th. Stick with us as going to get these top 3 interviewed here in just a few moments' time. I appreciate everybody for joining us here today on STAM Studio Network. If you like what you saw, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will be right back. Alrighty, welcome back as we are looking at the finish here for P4. This is Nico Colby, Aaron Chung coming across the line, damn near 4 wide. Take a look at this finish and then just what happens afterward. Oh boy, Warren Johnson sending, maybe just not knowing he was clear, sending one of those, I believe that's one of the Colby rows there. And who gets it? Is it Aaron Chung? Just barely. Alrighty, just still waiting for some drivers to join, unless they already did it. Nope, still waiting for drivers to join the driver interview Discord as we're still looking at this crazy incident that happened right after the start-finish line. All right, I think I'm just going to hop up into the old main one and give the people what they want. Oh, we'll see how this goes. Hey
photos
guys,
Is
how's
from
it
there
it.
going?
a live stream somewhere or
How's it
something you
going?
guys said?
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna save this replay because I want to watch that.
Slater, you
Cool.
got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Man, congratulations on the win, man. What was your race preparation like? You had all the pace there, and what was the battling there like with Tiago?
Well, I could tell neither of us wanted to be in first because of the draft, and I knew both of us were trying to figure it out to where one of or him or myself would be in the lead going into the last lap because whoever was in second had a good chance of winning. But I think I was able to pull away from him a little bit there, and then get by. Or the lappers actually helped me a lot with the draft getting in there, so I think that's a lot of the reason why I won the came across the finish line first at the end.
Man, I think that's what I saw too. Looks like Tiago really tried to set up the exit out of the bus stop to get you, and I really wonder if that lap car made all the difference there.
Yeah, I think it definitely helped. And every time we would go into turn one, and it was kind of like rolling the dice on who was going to take what position. And then I kind of realized that we kept letting Jason get close because we were kind of fiddling back and forth trying to figure out who was going to be in first. And then finally, I was just like, oh, screw it, I'll just take it.
Well, congratulations on that win there, Slater. Our inaugural race for Toyota GR86 League. Anybody you'd like to thank or anybody that makes this possible for you?
VehicleBuyers.com, baby. If you need to buy or sell your car, you visit that site and we'll do it for you.
Oh, there you go. Hey, I might need to look at that. That's perfect timing. So, congratulations again there, Slater. And Tiago, you got a copy.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
I can, man. How are you doing? And what a race. What a 35-minute long event and battling, quite frankly, throughout the whole thing.
Yes, what a race. Congrats to Slater and Jason. Really good race. Overall, everybody respecting each other. Me and Jason still had like a side lap on lap number 2. But overall, the race was really good. Between parenting life and training, so I was not expecting to get a second spot. And I mean, me and Slate and Jason, fought the way to the finish. I tried to create a gap before the bus stop, but I created too big of a gap, and there was a blue lap car, so I could not, put the draft to pass this later. But anyway, it was an amazing race. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, everyone, and man, especially you, Tiago. You had the fastest lap there in practice. Knew you were going to be one to watch today. Anybody that you would like to thank or makes this possible for you?
Yeah, of course. Well, first, I'd like to thank myself, right, for practicing, but anyway, it's always good to be with everyone. I'm planning to join the next event in Laguna, so it's always good to learn from everybody, because, I mean, I've been playing in the scene for a long time, but sim race is not the same as real life, right? So it's always good to be, close with everyone and learning from everybody,
Well, congratulations again, Tiago, and best of luck to you next week there at Red Bull Ring.
Thank you.
Thursday, Red Bull.
Oh, Thursday. Oh, boy. It's coming up quicker than I thought. Jason, Jim, you got a copy of P3.
Yeah, I mean, I was hanging back, hoping the Slater and Tiago would take each other out, but fortunately, they're both really good drivers. That didn't happen, so that strategy didn't pay off so well.
That was definitely fun to watch, though. You got maybe within a car length or two, and then, yeah, like you said, so much pace between our front runners there with Slater and Tiago. But congratulations, Jason. I think you're going to be one of our drivers to watch as this season continues to go on. And yes, Thursday, there we go, Red Bull Ring. Make sure if you're watching there on YouTube, join us for that. Going to be so much fun. And hey, congratulations again to everybody who competed today. Jason, you got anybody you'd like to thank or makes this possible for you to come out here tonight?
Yeah, I want to say thanks to Warren for setting the league up. I know it's not a lot of it's not easy and it's a lot of work. So thank you, Warren, for setting up the league and getting everyone to join for a good turnout today.
Was a great turnout indeed. Thank you, Warren, for having me here
Absolutely.
to bring you the racing, the broadcasting, and everything. And Warren, what'd you think there on the track? You have fun out there tonight.
Oh yeah, it was a hell of a race, man. I'll tell you that. It was every race I do here is a fun time, and it showed today, especially with a good turnout like that. These races are really fun, and I hope this league keeps growing. That's my main goal. And congratulations to the podium finishers and everyone that had a good time. So yeah.
What a finish coming across that start-finish line. Might have to frame that one. Great racing.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody involved. And I guess I'll catch y'all Thursday night for some more racing action.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
All right. See you then, man.
All righty,
Thank you.
everybody. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you.
And, of course, I will catch you Thursday night.
Sounds
See you
good. Sounds
then.
good.
Thanks, everyone.
This has been Sean Stam, Stam Studio Network. I appreciate it greatly. Once again, try and bring you some Thursday night racing over there, Red Bull Ring. This has been Daytona International Speedway Road Course Racing. Have a great rest of your night.